the Buddha, in order to show that the question and answer. So because there was nobody else capable of, worthy of asking the Buddha question at that time. So the Buddha manifests using the psychic powers, manifest it's an image, not the image, a manifestation of the Buddha, and then the manifestation of the Buddha asks this question. Okay? So let us see. I asked the Muni. I asked the Muni, one of abundant wisdom, who has crossed over, gone beyond, attained Nibbana, inwardly firm, having renounced the home life and discarded sensual pleasures. How would that bhikkhu properly wander in the world? Okay. So the Buddha replied, the original Buddha, when he was uprooted with about concerns with blessings, said the Blessed One, with potent dreams and lucky signs, when he has abandoned the defects of blessings, that bhikkhu would properly wander in the world. So no more astrology and all that, and no more concern with other types of blessing other than the blessings mentioned in the of lust for sensual pleasures. For pleasures both human and celestial, having transcended existence, having penetrated the Dhamma, he will properly wander in the world. And the next one, having put behind him divisive words, a bhikkhu should discard anger and meanness. When he has abandoned attraction and repulsion, he will properly wander in the world. Okay? Having abandoned what is pleasing and displeasing, this one we talk about, that time we talk about grabbing and rejection. Without clinging, not depending on anything, utterly released from things that fetter, he will properly wander in the world. He does not find and call in acquisitions, having removed desire and lust for things taken up. That means the aggregates, means things taken up, not dependent, not to be led by others. He will properly wander in the world. Very wonderful verses. Not hostile by speech, mind, and deed, having rightly understood the Dhamma, aspiring for the state of Nibbana, he will properly wander in the world. And this was the last verse that we discussed about the last time, the last talk. A bhikkhu should not be elated, thinking he venerates me. And though insulted, he should not nurture resentment. He should not be intoxicated over food, gain over others. He will properly wander in the world. So this kind of bhikkhu will properly wander in the world. Like that. Okay, so let us go to the next verse. This is a new verse. Having abandoned greed and existence, a bhikkhu refraining from wounding and binding, who has overcome perplexity. Without doubts, he will properly wander in the world. So what does the commentary say about this? Let us see. Over here, greed means unrighteous greed. Existence means existence that are divided into desire realm and material realm and immaterial realm, etc. These kind of existences. So this verse, having abundant greed and existence, they symbolize the craving for existence and the craving for wealth. Okay. So refraining from wounding and binding. why does the bhikkhu refrain from wounding and binding? Because he has abandoned these defilements and karma. So he refrains from wounding and binding other beings. Okay. So in a more simple term, the bhikkhu that has given up the craving for existence and craving for wealth and has given up violence, this kind of bhikkhu also who has overcome perplexity. Perplexity means a state of confusion. Without that means defilements. So this kind of bhikkhu would properly wander in the world like that. So how can we in our daily life? How can we practice this verse? How can we cultivate the craving for material and material wealth and craving for existence? Basically, it is just seeing the danger, trying to see the danger in these two things. Okay? How to see the danger in these two things? So for about if we talk about the craving for material wealth, we can contemplate about the impermanence and the wealth that's acquired being very unstable and subject to change. So last time there was a story and about the dangers of it. So last time there was a story. So last time Bhante says that there was a billionaire. And during the what do you call that? I think the financial crisis. This billionaire, from billionaire, he lost some money. Okay. For us, like normal people, if we are millionaires, we are very happy already, isn't it? But this person, no, he was a billionaire. So after he suffered losses during the financial crisis, he became a millionaire. And he was very unhappy. Very, very sad. Very, very unhappy. So after that, his friends, seeing him so unhappy, so told him that, hey, you now you are still enjoying life. You still have millions to enjoy, even though you are not as rich as before. Why are you unhappy? And they say, last time I'm billionaire, like that. Then he say, then this person, because he knew Bhante Mangala, so he say, why not you come with me? I show you a person. Maybe you can be happy after seeing this person. So his friend brought him to see Bhante Mangala. So at that time, Bhante was doing some practice. There is a Tutanga practice where you can only use one bowl. Okay, every food put in the bowl. Whether it's coconut water, whether it's rice and curries, whether it's ice cream, he just put there. He just put everything inside, mix it up. Then after that, you can have your meal like that. It is a kind of a practice to let go of gluttony. Gluttony, craving for taste. So that time, our teacher was practicing like that, and this person come. And then he saw how Bhante Mangala ate. Then he say, one day okay ma. But that time, Bhante Mangala already practiced do this practice for 2 years already. For 2 years, he ate like that. So after that, I think his mind became more balanced and probably started learning Dhamma. The after story, I'm not so sure like that. So if we look at this, when when we understand the dangers of attachment and craving to wealth, which is when they change, we will suffer. The more attached we are, or the more craving we have, then the more suffering we will experience. So instead of that, let us understand. And it's not to say that wealth is no good. It's not to say that as a Buddhist you must always be poor. Not like that. But reducing the attachment to wealth will help us to reduce suffering if things change. So if we constantly, always, if we have wealth, we always remind ourselves, oh yes, wealth also impermanent. Yeah, I have wealth, but this is also impermanent. But impermanent doesn't mean so I must earn more and cannot come to monastery and practice. Not like that. As long as you have enough for use, enough for your kids, then your kids doesn't have to go hungry. You don't have to go hungry. Your needs are met. Then okay lah. For lay people, if they can practice meditation, then that would be very good. Like we have one meditator, he's a lay person. Every morning from 3 to 6. Morning 3 to 6. He wakes up and he meditates. He is successful in meditation. But if one cannot do that, then at least one should try to reduce the suffering in the present life, right? So one of it is to contemplate about the attachment and craving to material wealth, and adopt a less attached view or attitude towards wealth. So it also doesn't mean that we become lazy, enough already, like that. But it's not to say that for us to be lazy in our jobs and all that. And in fact, because of gratitude to your company that is providing you with a job and providing you with a monthly salary for you to sustain your life, sustain your family's life, then we should try to do our best during our jobs. Okay? Like that. As a form of gratitude to the company. Like that. Yeah. Since you're going to work, you might as well work happily, right? Like that. And when wealth changes, always remind ourselves, yes, wealth is impermanent, it's also subject to cause and conditions, so change is definite. There's always a possibility to change. So now it's very natural that it's changing like that. So if we think like that, it's easier for us to let go of the attachment and accept that wealth, your wealth will change for the better, change for the worse. Anyhow, it may change. It will change, actually. Then when you can contemplate like that, your mind automatically, if you contemplate enough, it's not just one thought. You have to do many thoughts, 100,000 million thoughts. Then your mind will gradually let go of the attachment to material wealth, like that. So you can have wealth without suffering, like that. Of course, all that wealth, if you do not transform it into merits, then you cannot take it to your next world. Many kings, in the Jataka stories, many kings, they cannot take their kingdoms to their next life, right? So understanding this, we should make good use of the wealth that we have, and create a better future lives for ourselves. Okay, if we still have future lives, that means we haven't attained our handship lah, like that. Okay. So this is one way of contemplating and letting go of the attachment and craving for material wealth. And what about existence? Existence means rebirth. Some people want to be rebirth in the Deva world. Many people want to be reborn in Deva world. So you get 500 wives on your left and 500 wives on the right. So like that. Then not many people want to be reborn in the four woeful states, right? Anyone very interested to be reborn in the four woeful states? No, right? Yeah, because it's suffering. But I think as Buddhists, it is if we can meditate until dependent origination, and then we can verify rebirth, we can verify samsara for ourselves. Rebirth is there. Rebirth is something that's true. Then it's good. It's good. We will. We may develop repulsion towards getting rebirth. Okay, towards existence actually, because you may be highly adorned. That means you're wearing a lot of jewelries and rubies, maybe, a lot of jewels on your body, and eating the best celestial food, Pizza Hut, celestial, great, and eating food from Michelin Deva chefs, But suddenly, if we indulge too much in that sensual pleasure, and if our life expires, we may be immediately reborn in a pig's womb, in a pig's womb, and we may be reborn as a pig, So one moment you may be, very bright and very rich and very beautiful Deva. Next moment, we may be reborn as a pig or horse. This is the year of the horse, is it? I think so. We may be like that. So if one can using the powers of samatha vipassana meditation, really verify for themselves that rebirth is true, and one may be reborn in the four woeful states anytime if we are still in the desire kama vajara. That means kama vajara consists of hell, asura, peta, and and animal realm, and then human realm, and the desire realm, devas. Okay, there's six levels of devas. Okay, so as long as we are here, then we may be reborn anytime in the animal realm or the four woeful states. Four woeful states are the realm of hell, the realm of hungry ghosts, the realm of asura, and the realm of animals. And if we were reborn in the Brahma realm, so according to some commentators, according to Xiaoji, if Brahma, they may not come directly after their life expires. They may not come directly into the four woeful states, but they may be reborn in the desire realm, devas or humans. Then after that, if they do not cultivate, then they may be reborn in the four woeful states, like that. Okay? So from Brahma, REM to Four Willful states, no direct transport. No direct transport. No direct ticket. Like that. So if we can verify and practice and verify dependent origination and verify that there's past lives, okay, then we will arise this passion towards the samsara. We will arise this passion towards all these kinds of existence. Okay. Then for those who have not practiced until dependent origination, so what can we do to cultivate this kind of a dispassion? Because dispassion and renunciation is also very important for our practice, right? Very important for our practice. It's good to have. So if those that, haven't practiced to that stage, what can we do? And how can we do it so that it helps us in our practice? Like that. So what we can do is, there are a few things. Of course, we can read a lot of Buddhist texts, and then there are many cases of rebirths in the text, whether it's stories or suttas, and from there we may develop this passion and the mind of renunciation in our mind, and this passion towards rebirth. Okay. Then, other than that, we may listen to Dhamma talks, and then other than that, we may from Dhamma talks hear about the stories of different meditators. For those who have practiced up to dependent origination, we might be able to hear some of their stories. Okay, but one thing to remind is that dependent origination is not about stories, but it's more about understanding the law of cause and effect. So many people, when they practice unto dependent origination, some of them may have the inclination to look at stories, see past life story, like that. But actually, the important thing is understanding the cause and effect. What are the causes that cause the rebirth in the next life? Like that. And verify it through the practice. This is the way of to practice dependent origination. Not just see story. We ever heard cases where some people, when they practice up to dependent origination, then after that they saw that some people were not so good to them, treated them badly in the past lives. And the person is now also in the monastery, then they go and confront that person, say, last time you were very bad to me, I hate you. Like that. I'm angry with you. This is, then in this way, they may have fallen into unwise attention already. Like that. So important thing is the knowledge that you get, that we can understand the workings of karma, how we get rebirth, like that. So listening to people's reports, of course, only if they are willing to share. And another thing is in the present life. Okay, in the present life, if we experience, whenever we experience unwholesome results, like we experience akusala karma vipaka, and then we may suffer, whether bodily or mentally. If we can develop a habit that, whenever we suffer, then we always remind ourselves, you see, because of being in the rounds of rebirth, I suffer so much. And if I do not make an end of rebirth and defilements, I don't know how many future lives I have to suffer like this. So whenever we meet with any obstacles and any difficulties in our lives, we can utilize that and change it into fuel for our practice. By reminding ourselves that, you see, because of still being in samsara, so we must experience this suffering. So it's better to get out, better to practice wholeheartedly and get out of samsara. Like that. And you have to make it into a habit. This is pretty powerful, Yeah, because it utilizes the suffering that one may experience at the present moment and generate it and transform it and generate it as fuel to get out of this samsara. It's pretty powerful. Okay, so for those who are interested to try it, please do try it, okay, and see the effect. You may have to try 100,000 million times before it may work, but if we want to develop the renunciation mind towards rebirth, then we can contemplate like that. And especially your kids they study they study, they exam, you go for work, you did something wrong and you suffer from anxiety and fear and all that. Whenever we experience things like that, then we're going to ask ourselves, how many times do I still want to suffer? How many lives do I still want to suffer because of our defilements, because of things? How many lives do you still want to go for your SPM? How many lives do you still want to go for your FYP? Right? How many lives? Enough is enough. Like that. So if we can contemplate like that, then it may be very useful for us to develop that sense of renunciation and devote ourselves more to the practice for ultimate liberation, like that. So a bhikkhu refraining from wounding and binding. Of course, if we can purify our mind with metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha, and if we do that strong enough, even without jhana, we can still have a certain levels like that. Of course, the best if we attain agami, then of course these defilements will not arise. If not, the 4 Brahma Viharas. So who has overcome doubt without defilements, he will properly wander in the world. About overcoming doubts, it is always how to overcome doubts. Some of the ways are, if you can attain for yourself and verify for yourself is good, but if not, then how to overcome doubt? If we haven't even got jhana, so association with wise and good friends, taking the initiative to ask questions. Many people do not like to ask questions. When people ask too many irrelevant questions. Okay? So if we ask, we should properly, we should have the wisdom. We should cultivate the wisdom to ask questions that are relevant. And do not be shy to ask questions, For English crowds, not so much. But for Chinese crowds, not many like to ask. This is what we see in Singapore, Malaysia. Okay. But if we do not ask, then we do not get the answer, right? So it's always good to overcome the resistant mind, the fear of the fear of embarrassment mind in the mind, the fear of embarrassment in the mind, and overcome that and take the courage to ask questions. Okay. So other verifying for yourselves. We can do. We can read more to solve our doubts. We can question to solve our doubt. We can do Buddha Nusati to increase our faith in the practice, like that. These are few. For me, especially, I'm very grateful to our Sayadaw, of course, to many teachers, but for me, it's especially one of my teachers, Sayadaw Kumara Bivangsa. So our Sayadaw Kumara is very well learned, and all the doubts that I had, he always managed to solve for me. And he was always coming from the iPad, the Tipitaka in the iPad. Very wonderful teacher. Like that, huh? So these are a few ways to overcome doubt. And how to ask suitable questions. Of course, we see the timing. If the teacher is busy, then not in a suitable time and occasion to ask questions, then of course we wait. Then if we ask, then before we ask, we can ask ourselves, why do I ask this question? And is this question suitable to ask at this moment? Like that. And then also let go of our attachment. Before that, then we also remember our goal, why we ask this question. And then we understand that the teacher is also non-self. This question also non-self, you are also non-self. So sometimes the answer may not be what you expected, but anyway, let us try to understand what the teacher is trying to say. Try to understand the answer that the teacher tries to give us. That would be very good. That will help us to ask the question without getting hurt. Some people ask questions, then after that they get hurt. Why they get hurt? Because Bhante never answer according to what I expect. Then what you ask, you already have an answer in your mind, right? So yeah, so not so good like that. If we have attachment to the answer. Before we ask, let us be mindful about this, and then after that, then we can ask properly, and then we can accept help properly. Also some people, they ask questions, then the teacher spend the time to answer their questions. After that, they get very angry. Why they get angry? Because they say, I cannot feel the teacher's sincerity in helping me. What we want is the message. The message is more important than how the teacher behaves towards you. Even if the teacher is, cleaning his nose, picking his nose with his pinky, and while answering your question, then the important focus should be on the message, not the teacher's behavior, isn't it? Like that. So very important when we ask questions. Remember that what is important is the message, not how the teacher presents himself, not how he presents the answer. The message. What is the message? How can this message help me? Why did the teacher give that message as the answer? These are the things we have to consider. Not say, the teacher see me when the teacher answer me, the teacher the mood not so good, the face very black, or the face very white, not like that, If we do that, then we really miss the most important point of asking, of that Q&A already, which is to get an answer for our question. Like that. Okay, so if we want to leave out the teachings in this sutta, then these are some of the ways that we can leave it out. Okay. Then let us see the next verse. Having understood what is suitable for himself, a bhikkhu would not injure anyone in the world. Having understood the Dhamma as it is, he will properly wander in the world. Okay. In this verse, let us see, having understood what is suitable for himself. So he has abandoned improper search and other actions that are improper. Okay. So improper search means he abandoned the search for phenomena that are subject to old age, rebirth, sickness, and death. These are one of them. Like that. And also abandon actions inappropriate. Improper search, that's one more thing. Improper search also refers to proper search refers to the quest to obtain the requisites, like that, in a proper way. So improper search means looking for the requisites in a incorrect way, improper way, like that. Okay. Then another action is inappropriate. This one is just other actions that are inappropriate. We can also understand this from Vinaya, like that. For example, in the Vinaya, in Vinaya we have 5 books. The 5 books, the Sutta Vibhanga 1, 2, and then the Chulavagga, Mahavagga, and Parivara. Okay, I think it's in the Chulavagga or Mahavagga that talks about the good behavior of a monk. For example, we do not put our bowls on the edges of chairs and tables because they may fall and they may break. Then you may ask, hey, Bhante, why like that? Our bowl are made of metal, some are steel, some are stainless steel, will not break one. But we have to understand during the Buddha's time, the bowls are made of clay. So when it fell from the chair, from the edge of a chair or from the edge of the table, then those bowls are easy to crack and be damaged, like that. So in order to protect the bowl, and because last time the it's also not so easy to get, so in order to protect the ropes, protect the bowls, so there are many proper ways of behavior, like that. So he has understood this. This person, having understood what is suitable for himself, he has understood purity of livelihood by proper search and so forth. Okay, and proper practice by being established in it, because nothing is achieved by mere knowledge. That means nothing is achieved by just reading and knowing. You have to do it. You have to walk the talk. You have to practice it, like that. As it is, having understood what is suitable for himself, a bhikkhu will not injure anyone in the world. Having understood the Dhamma as it is means it as it really is, and understood the Dhamma. Over here, what does Dhamma mean? Dhamma means the aggregates, the sense bases, the elements, etc. So understanding these phenomena as they really are, with the four paths. Okay, the four paths is Sotapanna path, Sakadagami path, Anagami path, and Arahant path. So understood the fourth truth with the path. Then after that, this person, basically he's an Arahant. Then because he's an Arahant, he understood everything properly already. He understood the Dhamma as it is, understood phenomena as it is. So this kind of a person will properly wander in the world like that. So for this one, having understood what is suitable for himself, whether it's improper search or proper search for requisites, for requisites or livelihood, etc. A practitioner should try to know, especially for monks, we have to know what are proper search and what are improper search. So sometimes, like for example, hinting lah, using some tricks lah, giving in order to get more lah, then because we can only give things to our kapiya when they have done services. Okay, so for example, then we cannot give things to donors also, unless they are kapiyas and they have done services. This is to prevent what we call gain for gain. That means people give us something. Oh, then I know that if I give this to maybe the millionaire, then the millionaire will give me more. So I give to him in order with the mind to get more. So this kind is improper. Then if in pure livelihood, for example, making a living or making yourself famous by helping others to predict their future through astrology lah, through fortune telling lah, etc. So, and then earning a living by that. So this is also improper search for livelihood, like that. We can see more in. If you do not have time to read the whole Chulavaga and Mahavaga, then reading the Brahmajala Sutta or the Sutta or the Samanapala Sutta, the first of reclusive Sutta, or the Brahmanet Sutta, then these two suttas in the beginning, they talk about the small morality, middle morality, and high morality. So those are also references for us also, like that. Then we know what are proper search and improper search, and what are actions appropriate or inappropriate, like that. Okay, maybe I think we can go for another verse today. Let us go. One who has no latent tendencies at all, whose unwholesome roots have been uprooted, who is wishless without expectations, he will properly wander in the world. Okay. One who has no latent tendencies at all. Why? Because they have been destroyed by the noble path. Okay. And whose unwholesome roots have been uprooted. So this kind of person totally purify their mind, and all the unwholesome roots have been uprooted. So he is wishless. Wishless means he's without craving, and therefore, because of the absence of any wish, so he does not expect any type of forms, and does not expect any kind of rebirth, etc. So this is what it means by wishless without expectations. So what kind of people are these? These are arahants. Arahants who have totally purified their mind, so that there's no more latent tendencies, no more potential defilements that may arise. Totally cut off by noble path already. So when we understand, when we read these, say, let us feel inspired to also experience this kind of life, this kind of life and this kind of experience. Because no latent tendencies. It doesn't mean that one is full-blooded. It doesn't mean that one is dull or stupid. It means that this person is totally pure already. No more defilements will arise anymore in their mind. So just imagine a life without defilements, a life where we will no longer be tortured by greed, no longer be tortured by craving, no longer be tortured by anger, no longer be tortured by grief, sadness, anxiety, worry, etc. How wonderful if it is like. So when that also helps us to incline our mind towards attainment of path, fruition, and Nipāta. Okay, so I think for today, let us stop here. We'll see it. The internet is not so good also. Hopefully, just now no delay. No disruption to the talk. Okay, let us stop here today. So with this, hopefully today's talk is beneficial to everyone, whether you have concentration or no concentration. And hopefully the Dhamma in these verses will inspire us to practice even more and to purify our mind. And hopefully, may the Triple Gem bless all of us to be able to attain path, fruition, and Nibbana as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So let us share merits. Ettavata chammehi sambadang punya sampadang sambe deva numodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Ettavata chammehi sambadang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Ettavata chammehi sambadang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Idame nyātīnām hotu sukitā hontu nyātayo. Idame nyātīnām hotu sukitā hontu nyātayo. Idame nyātīnām hotu sukitā hontu nyātayo. Imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo. Satang samagamo hotu yava nibbāna pattiya. Idame punyang asava kaya vahang hotu. Idame punyang nibbānassa paccayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba satanang bhajemi. Te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.